Welcome to Combat Cocktails, beer episodes. I am your host, Derrick Schommer. That is Justin Hurd. I never even mentioned this. So Justin, if you've ever followed through the end of one of our episodes, there's this episode, there's an icon at the bottom. It says Troll Spank Studios. This is my business. He built the logo for it. He did a logo for plenty of companies that we never built. We have a shrub company that we've got a logo for that. We've got craft cocktails,
really cool.
which I still have. That's still happening. So that logo will go out. And there's probably at least another couple defunct logos that have happened. And so he's always
still there.
He's got the skills to do the design work, even though you're not a designer. You just do that for fun.
Design minor in school. So I've got a little bit of paperwork for it.
You have Photoshop at home? No.
Oh yeah, Photoshop,
Oh, so you
Illustrator, InDesign.
can still make me logos.
Of course I can.
Because I need one. Did you see my home cocktail menu logo? I took home cocktail menu HCM. I put the font in there.
I think I just got assigned new work.
Yeah. I took the lemon milk font. I even emailed the guy and said, "Can I use this?"
I've noticed that font.
Yeah, I used it everywhere. I'm like, this font's awesome, and I put it everywhere.
It's pretty bad when you recognize a typeface just by like how it looks.
And I typed it in. I'm like, this is awesome. I'm gonna keep it. I emailed the guy. I'm like, what do I need to pay you for this? Never got back to me. Like, I'm using it anywhere I want. I tried. Right. So there you go. Anyway, we're doing beer. This is, what's so special about this beer besides this being wicked fucking dark?
Well, they're all Founders beers. Founders Brewing Company. And again, a focus here on, these are available. They're not the type of beers that you're going to go to the store.
There's a baby on it.
Yes, it does. Baby eating oatmeal.
Okay.
But
oatmeal stout?
Yes.
Okay,
these are the type of beers that you can go to, any reasonable craft beer store, and you're going to find these. These are pretty much all either what they call seasonal or limited releases. They're available, 2 or 3 months out of the year, something like that. But a good craft beer store, if they're going to buy, a handful of cases of Devil Dancer, they'll probably have it on hand most of the year.
It's clearer.
It is. It's clearer than the rest, but it's certainly not clear. Yeah. And so these are pretty available. They're not too hard to get your hands on.
This one has Gandalf on it.
Yeah. If you got a good craft beer store, you're going to be able to find these.
Those are hard. Yeah, if you noticed, I don't know if this happens up your neck of the woods, being like an hour and a half away, but like in the region here, the craft stores pop up. They stay for like 3 or 4 years, and then they go away. Yeah. It's like it's really hard to either make money, stale. I don't know what it is, but and you walk in these places like a fucking mecca. You're like, this is awesome. I've never seen half this stuff. Oh, yeah. And then you buy all this stuff. You go back, and one day they're just not there anymore.
Not there anymore. Yeah.
You get but within a year, another one crops up.
Yeah,
like, I'm gonna do it.
Up. Yeah, I mean, if they can't, craft beer stores especially, the type of inventory they're gonna carry is more expensive, and if they don't turn it over quick enough, they're gonna go under.
This, by the way,
coffee.
Sumatra?
Yes, you got it.
This smells like I'm back with the Rumson's folks.
Yeah.
Like this is pure up coffee, no alcohol, no IBA.
This is a new one from these guys. They just put this out a couple months ago, and it's fantastic.
Beer and coffee. You said 2 of the 3 things I like: beer, coffee, and cocktails. BCC. Beer, coffee, CBC. That works.
Big coffee on that one.
Chicken, bacon, cheese. This tastes like I'm drinking coffee.
And it's a brown ale style, so it's gonna have that kind of nutty, malty kind of flavor to it. And then,
I love brown ale.
Yeah.
I love coffee. It's 9%.
It's definitely a end of the night, evening type beverage.
Because it probably doesn't have a lot of caffeine in it, because it's really not coffee. It's fake coffee. It's beer.
Right. Brewed with coffee. I don't know how much you might draw off in caffeine.
Yeah, the Rumson's guy says you need 10 shots for 1 cup of coffee. Yeah. So I'm gonna guess this is gonna be a little higher since it's beer. But at 9%, I don't think I'm gonna stay up late at night. I feel like the coffee, the alcohol's gonna
outweigh the coffee. Yeah, for sure.
Very tasty. Like it has the brown ale stouting thing going on, but it's got coffee. Yeah. Porter? Kind of like a porter?
Yeah, kind of. It's a little bit more, I think it's a little more nutty than a porter is going to be. Porters are going to be that kind of roasted malt, kind of charred.
You don't get it. The problem is there's so much coffee. Like you're completely on that coffee kick.
That could either be hit or miss for some people.
You want to mention on the show what's the staging of the beer? Because we've been doing fresh beers. Yeah. This isn't so fresh, right?
Yeah, as opposed to IPAs that you want to drink fresh, these are more beers that, one, they're high in ABV.
Yep.
so they store well. And they're also styles that age well over time. You know, a brown ale. This is a triple IPA that we'll get to in a second. A barrel-aged Scotch ale, an oatmeal breakfast stout, and then an Imperial Stout. So all of these are going to age very well over time. So, you know, you can keep any of these beers for multiple years.
Yeah.
You know, tucked away in a box, in a closet, in a fridge, you know, your beer cellar, whatever like that. And
Something at constant temperature would be nice.
yeah, constant temperature is the best.
Not in your
if you
trunk.
can handle it, keep them out of heat, keep them out of light. But if you can kind of, you know, cool, dry place, these beers they'll actually be better a year or two after they're bottled. As opposed to...
That's what this is. I have an extra beer tap over here. It's actually for an oak-aged beer that I'm waiting on.
Yeah.
My father. Yeah. So you got your brown ale and you get your Sumatra. It's a perfect mesh. I love brown ale. You know what? I like Brooklyn brown ale. I like Brooklyn brown ale. Out of all the brown ales I've had besides Turbo Dog, I like that. You like Turbo Dog?
Yeah, I've had Abita.
Yeah.
I love Abita.
I spent a lot of time in New Orleans because that's where Doug was from.
Yeah, so have I.
You get that's where you get
times down there.
And they're New Iberia, I believe, is the brewery, which is where Doug's parents lived. It was in New Iberia. So we were literally in the town it was brewed in. So it was everywhere.
We have a triple IPA.
Oh yeah. Wait a minute, triple IPA. So the last time I did a triple was when the folks at Golden Drac sent the triple. That was a Belgian
triple, yeah.
and they paid for the episode. This is for free.
Yeah. Devil Dancer. Much different than it's certainly not a Belgian. Think of your double IPA, but a lot maltier.
I don't know what the fuck that smell is. I almost wanted to say it's got that like vomit like thing going on again.
Oh no!
But it goes away really quick and it's kind of sandy. It's not that bitter.
No, it's not.
It's got a lot.
It's not too bad. It's got back end bitter, but it's pretty sweet up front. And as opposed to getting those kind of
soil, it's like it's just got something.
Yeah, it's kind of earthy.
Yeah.
Like as opposed to getting those kind of fresh citrus and like kind of fresh bright hops in a double IPA, you're gonna get kind of an aged hop, and as opposed to fresh fruit, you're gonna get more of like orange rind, kind of apricot.
Yep.
Like kind of darker fruits.
Yeah.
Darker kind of aged fruits, things like that.
This is like Shadow Link's version of like a citrusy wheat beer. This is the opposite. For those that don't play NES games, it definitely has like it's a counter of your. This would be the exact opposite of Blue Moon. Blue Moon. Yeah. Blue Moon. Okay, this is not Blue Moon. Blue Moon. Oh, hoppy, like fresh and bright, and we'll throw some fruit in there for you. This is like no, everything that's not that. Yeah. Strong. It's got definitely has like just dark flavor, like rooty,
the
soily, earthy tones, like the Galliano of beers.
Yeah. Even like the back end, even though it's not a stout or porter or anything like that, it's got a little honey sweetness, and it's almost got like a little bit of almost like a roasted, kind of charred. Yeah. Which is, I mean, interesting because it doesn't have any roasted malt or anything like that in it. No. This one, my friends, it looks like it has Gandalf on here. It's obviously not Gandalf because that would be a copyright problem. Backwoods Bastard.
Ale age. He's supposed to be
Backwoods Bastard.
I'm gonna be honest with you right now. If his beard wasn't as gray and he had more eyes, like that weren't like white like a zombie, it looked like my dad.
Into the back of his head.
That looks like my dad after a night of drinking. Be honest with you. Backwoods Bastard. He'll tell you. Like that's this founder. So this is the one we're looking at right now. Yeah. This is pretty dark. Yeah. But also
that
amber.
Ruby amber.
And it smells like nothing I've ever had again. Yeah. Dude, I have a hard time mapping these flavors.
This is barrel aged too, and it's it's bourbon barrels.
Smoke?
Yeah, it's it's not a stout. It's a Scotch ale. That Scotch ale wee heavy, but it's aged in bourbon barrels.
It has like a dark, like a earthy, oaky, smoky. I don't know.
For sure.
I will tell you what. I had freshman year of college. I drank a lot of Scotch ale from St. Adams. I just drank a lot, but I drank it over a long period of time. Yeah. Like I never was really drunk. Yep. Boy, does this stuff freaking hurt you the next day, man. Yeah. The day after, like I was hungover for a day and a half. Like, I had, like, Burger King. That was in 2 days. It was rough. Like, if you just drink this type of stuff slowly over the course of 8 to 16 hours, you will not feel good the next day.
No.
So don't think just because you're not drunk that you're not going to have a hangover. This will freaking wreck you the next day. It smells kind of like the same out of Scotch ale, but I don't know what that aroma is.
Yeah, it's got this. I know it's hard to put a finger on because it's not so much Scotch as a spirit, but it's a mixture of this kind of sweet malt, that light kind of smoky Scotch.
Yeah, it's not too smoky like a Lafroig or even like a Mezcal.
Yeah, it's not like a peaty smoke.
It's just it's present. There's something there that's unique and a little bit of a kind of a sweet flavor to it too. All right, so that's heavy. All right, that's alcohol heavy, very flavorful. Has the nice Scotch ale presence. Whatever the Scotch ale you're probably thinking of, it has that in the aroma and the taste. It's easy and it's pretty approachable.
Yeah,
for a beer drinker.
For a high ABV and for a barrel aged beer, it's one of the more approachable ones.
Yeah. Now
And if you buy it and don't drink it fast,
you're good.
You leave it sitting around, you're totally fine.
This is the stuff I need to have in my house at all times.
This stuff ages well. So.
But the problem, here's the issue with what the theory is contradictory in that I like to have beer last a long time because I don't drink much. This is the type of beer I want to drink.
Right.
But I also store most of my beer because when people come over, they're like, "Oh, you got a beer?" Like you're like, "Oh, yeah, here, have a beer." You give them this stuff, they're gonna be like drowning the ground. Oh, this is awesome! You're like, "Oh man, but you need to go home now."
They'll be sleeping on the lawn.
Right. So it's cool, but at the same time, you have to even give it out slower. Like, oh, you like beer?
Yeah, it's more of a portion control kind of beer.
Right. Now this one, it's called a breakfast stout because you drink it for breakfast.
You could, but you would have a long day. This
smells like coffee. Yeah. This is pretty much like high on coffee. You can't get me wrong. This one has a little bit more nuanced to it. Yeah. Still, if you're a coffee drinker, you're going to recognize the coffee, but you're not going to be turned completely off, I don't think.
Yeah, that's more of a kind of coffee subtle with a little bit of that kind of, dark chocolate play.
Yeah, it's not as bitter as a coffee would be.
And it's a little dry on the back.
And this is a stout.
Their breakfast stout. Yeah, it's brewed with oatmeal and chocolate.
Oatmeal makes things so much smoother.
Yeah. Double chocolate coffee oatmeal stout. So that's where you're going to get that kind of smooth back end and a little bit of that dry finish. Pretty good. Yeah. But the oatmeal seems to just give it so much more body in it. It just feels like. Yeah, it brings kind of a
heavier but lighter.
Yeah, it's not like a density. It's more like a creamy kind of mouthfeel.
Yeah. You're still going to get full. Maybe.
Right.
Which is good.
But in a happier way. 9.
Yeah, you're right.
12.
We started at 9.
10 something. 8.3. 10.5.
This guy here is a 10.5?
Yeah.
How'd you know that?
Because it's on the side label there. It was facing me.
You can read it. Imperial Stout. This is Doug's favorite beer. He loves Imperial Stouts. Yeah. Imperial Stouts. Imperial Stouts, from what my knowledge is, which is like down here, is it's typically higher proof. Like they tend to have a lot more alcohol in them. Yeah. Alcohol forward. It's an alcohol forward stout. Yeah. And dark as fuck. This is like when you have the head and the lacing is dark, you know you got yourself some dark flavor.
That one's gonna be pretty thick too. That's what you'll notice.
Chew it. Chew it. Now, so what is your favorite style of beer? What's your favorite style of beer?
It used to be IPAs, but I'm starting to lean towards stuff like Imperial Stouts. Yeah. And I think part of the reason is you can take a beer like this, buy it when it first drops on release for that year, drink it, it'll be good then, but you could let this same bottle rest, 2, 3, 4, 5 years, and it's going to taste a little bit better and a little bit better.
A question for those that, the last time we asked this question, I think was back at the pool, one of the poolside episodes, is like, what do you think the proper time to introduce people to alcohol is? Because we were early on, and we were drinking, we never really got wrecked as a kid. Like, I know kids who, in grade school, they're getting drunk and destroyed. Jeez. Like, for me, we never really got that. You drink one of these, and you were done. You're like, okay, that's good. Mm-hmm. It feels funny. Yeah. Right? And so when I went to college, it was never a big deal. Like, whatever, drinking, not a big deal.
Been there, done that.
Right. Yeah. to me, that seems like the better approach to say, here's a stout that will knock you on your ass, but after one of them, you're never going to be like the college kid going, yo, give me another! Because you haven't got to the level where you're like, oh, I need to do that.
That's that one and done.
Yeah. And I don't know, it seems to me that there is some education that should be taught during the earlier years. Mm-hmm. Especially if you can get people to understand how this tastes and the different profiles of this.
Or what's your favorite beer style?
What's your favorite beer style? Since I asked him, I figured maybe I'll ask everybody else. And the reason I actually started that is because the stout, to me, is heavy. Like, this is a heavier beer. This is a breakfast, or not funny, or a dinner, or something to me. Like, when I drink a stout, I drink one stout.
Yeah.
I know people who
they're
just
almost
sit
like
and
a
drink
meal in
Guinness
themselves.
Constantly.
Yeah.
Like, they just keep ordering Guinness.
Which is a little easier because it's like, it's that Irish dry stout. It's lower ABV.
Right.
You can drink stuff like that. But stuff like this, and, even if you're drinking it fresh or drinking it aged, you're mostly, you'll pick up something like this on a night, again, where you want just that one bottle to sip over a longer period of time.
It's malty. It's got some chocolate nose to it.
Yeah, it's very roasty. And this one, their Imperial Stout, not as a negative term, it's kind of oily. Yeah. Not in a bad way. It just, it coats the mouth. Yeah. Right? It's that kind of thing.
But it has like the darker, richer...
kind of dark fruit. If you drink that and kind of think of like, fig or plum or something like that.
Not cheese.
No.
I don't feel like cheese would do
No.
it. So there you go. That's some Founders beers, I guess.
Some big Founders beers.
Big Founders beers episode. So you got your questions, which is your favorite style of beer, and the other one I asked. What do you think about the drinking ages in your countries? I think we covered everything, right?
I think that's it.
All right, we're done. We'll teach you how to drink. It's just like ice sculpturing, but more fun because you get to break stuff. Worst case, if it doesn't come out right or you break one oddly, then just